Okay, it's another installment of how to trade the candlesticks on the 4 hour chart in the euro dollar somewhere in time with a fixed pip spread of 2, which you can get fixed pip accounts, which are great for the robots because you're probably going to get filled. There's no, you overpay for the spread, but typically there's no commission, but you're going to have to just accept that cost for the freedom of the trades actually going off, getting filled. And in the old days, you had to be about you'd be 10 pips away. I remember brokers where you had to be 10 pips away from current price. Now you can almost trade inside the spread. I mean, it's definitely a field day for all sorts of styles and of execution and getting through the door. That's the whole point of people trying to do this stuff where you're going to be there a millisecond before, so you're going to get an edge. You're going to make 0.001 cents times a billion trades. Sure, there's that too, also all that stuff going on. But typically, when you think about the trading places story where a guy's just making a decision, one decision, buy or sell, and that's the whole problem with the trading thing is, are you buying or selling? I got this guy ask me every now and then, so are you buying? I go, I'm always buying. Dude, get a clue, right? Now, it's easier to write. When I did the double clicks, I wrote them all buys because to write sells just blew my brains out. I couldn't imagine putting a minus. I got to think like above me, and now my stop has to be above where I'm at, has to be a plus sign, and I got to put all those numbers in. I don't really have a copy paste, and I can't type fast, so. But I could see there was with the candlestick thing, they came out with these books, and this Steven Neeson guy, has these giant books, because the candles are very big candles, so you need big books. I got I think about $250 into those books. But for a coffee table book, much better than some stupid ass artist book. And that candlestick thing's been adopted. Even I think people on the street, I don't know because I have a few people I know that I show them a chart and they just kind of looked at it. Maybe they didn't want to appear dumb, but they're like, yeah, I know. I said, look at this fucking euro down. 200 is down 2 cents. Now it didn't sound like a lot. It's down over 2 cents, like in one day. Boom, kaboom. Oh man. So this is the 4 hour candlestick chart. And if you really want to trade candlesticks, then you need a trade plan for the candlesticks. I would say when the candlestick has a small body at the completion of that candlestick, you're going to start to want to build a hedge, or you want to get in with tight stops. You want to put high ratio trades in your perception of the trend you might think's coming about. It's not going to matter too much because as long as your money management's good, I don't think it matters really, how many trades you fuck up. If you write 80% of the time and you have ratios of 4 to 1, I don't think you could blow up the account. I think you'd make a hell of a lot of money, although psychologically nobody wants to get stopped out. Personally, I don't want to get stopped out. I want to build a position because that's what I used to do when I started in Forex, because the broker only allowed me so many trades. So if they'd put a limit on me, I'd probably just, trade, just blow up the account, right? And if you're going to put $100 in there, you could blow it up, right? If you're trying to make $100 a day off a $100 account. So how close to the edge? You can put a big motor on a little bicycle, rip the frame apart. Sure, it's got horsepower, but the whole. And what do you do for what is your? Why would you even start trading in the first place? Because it's just nothing but a bunch of extra stress because the market is not a a safe. I mean, it's not a predictable situation as it would be to normal life, or at least physics. You get in the car and you're doing 100 miles an hour, and as long as the temperature's X outside, it's almost guaranteed that X is going to be the outcome. unless you hit something like an animal walking across the street, which is happening all the time in the market. There's shit coming out of the woods. So, unless you have some tactical ability to only get involved when there's a brawl. So if the market starts to explode up or down, are you in this trade and are you making gobs of money, or are you getting killed, or are you just watching it happen on the outside saying, wow, that's crazy? So if you decide, well, can I make money from this volatility? Sure, but I would say the problem is, can you handle the range? I have a 100 pip grid here on these dashed black markets on the screen. So I'm using the template as my. This is how I'm going to make money trading, is the template, because it's telling me how much I can afford. So if $1,000 in the account and I want to trade a standard lot, that's 100 tickets. Let's say that's a good place to start. So trade 100 tickets. So you're never going to make money in the market from trading one position at a time, because you want to make. It's hard to be consistent. Everybody says, "Well, I want to be consistent." Well, you have to trade a lot. That's what creates consistency. Because if you just have one trade going and you go, "I lost, man. This month, man, I'm down the whole month. I lost every trade. I did 3 trades. Every one was a loser. I'm consistently losing." So consistency is something over time. Well, consistently, this whole day, consistently, I've been making money. Okay, and then tomorrow you're going to be consistently losing. But where's your fucking brackets on this time window? There shouldn't be any brackets on it at all, because every fucking moment you're winning and losing, as far as whether you think you're happy. Especially trading is this kind of, by the way, I'd be buying here. On this 4-hour chart. I'm playing it back almost in real time. But you can do this for free. What cracks me up is that people are whining about money, and I'm like, dude, you could just do this for free. You could test a strategy for free. Yeah, so now, but I'm presupposing you're seriously into trading. I'm in maximum zoom. So candlesticks for me, maximum zoom in MetaTrader. And I'm using the template I built here, this price grid. 10 pips on the light lines and 100 pips on the big black hash marks here. And the candles, I went for the classic hollow up, filled in down. And maybe this, but of course, when you get to this level, you can turn into a line chart. On MetaTrader, you're going to be in a line chart by the time you zoom out here. So far we haven't had the data come in. I'm running, actually, I think Ryan Brown's robot in here. Download it for free. The RME hasn't put on a trade yet, but yeah. So the candlestick thing, I buy right here, but not only would I buy at the market here before it breaks out. I think it's going to break out this next candlestick. Wait a second. Here, so let's speed it up a little bit, the robot, and get this thing rolling at a. Oh shit! I'm missing the strategy tester. Bring that up. So let's crank the speed up. This is 4-hour chart. Every tick playback. Ryan Brown's bot has not put a trade on it. So I'll take it up pretty fast there. And we'll be able to keep up. So let's take out the drawing tool and see if we can't get a little bit of a clue of the landscape of these charts. So the chart is the kind of, if you're a sailor, on the floating Forex seas. Now, you could be a goober and put a buy stop here if you're really afraid that, oh, I don't know if this trade's going to work out. These are actually up bars, so these aren't even pullbacks. Amazingly, this is the only kind of pullback is the bigger body. But I got buy limits down here, so I bought at the market before the breakout. I think it's going to break out, take out this, take out that. The sellers are going to come in like a whore up here to here to here. We all see these prices, all the robots, all the people, you know. This is the trailing lower highs until a little trap here for a breakout trader and a sell limit entry for the trend trader. He's running trailing sell limits. He never gets filled, then he gets filled, then he gets overfilled, and he makes some money. If he can handle coming back to the breakout point, he makes money here. But we're long. We're very long. We're looking to take this out. We're looking to make 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips. Then we're going to cash out. Then we're going to come reload with limits. You know, or we got sell limits up here. We're either selling into this or we're buying below it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a direction. Now, if you want to say, oh, I know what's going to happen here. It's going to go bing, bang, bong. Okay, that's wonderful. But I'm never going to do that because how am I going to size this ticket here? I guess the sizing is dictated by every time this thing slightly drifts, then we're buying, you know, or we're holding, and we haven't been stopped out because we got a trailing. And that's the other thing. You setting it up so the market takes you out when you say, well, this is if it takes this out, then the pattern's failed, and I want to get out. Now here's where Bill Williams goes short, which I could never do. I could never do that, even though it makes money, I'm sure, because if you double up and go short here, sell out the one stopped out of this, now sell. The reason why I'd never do that is because I feel like I'm going to get whipsawed, which I will get whipsawed on that sometimes, but can I handle that disappointment on something that I back tested? I know it works. I don't know. I think every moment's unique. I believe every day is different. And if you're armed with a 40 pip stop, you can survive more punishment than a guy has a 10 pip stop. You got a 10 pip stop. Okay, it's a 1K. You're risking $1. Okay, I got it. $1. All right. So you have a 1K. You should probably put a 100 pip stop on the 1K. You put a 50 pip stop on the 2K, and you put on the 3K you put a 20 pip stop. So you have a 20, a 50, a 100 pip stop, and if you want to keep your dollar risk linear, then you're going to put on the 50 pip stop with the 2K. And you write those three scripts, and you've got the 3K you're running with the 25 pip stop, and it just all makes sense, right? And you know what your risk is. Every trigger pull, every time you buy at the market on a hunch, right, because you don't know where the market's going, and then you put in the fucking logical limits, and you just have to balance it out. Now, I like I said, I bought before the breakout, but look at, they trapped this guy that bought at the breakout. So the goober just got trapped. Look, his buy stop is filled. And what a dumb shit, huh? See, you just can't, people just don't know what the fuck they're doing there. So he put a buy stop here. He's like, oh, you know, I got filled. Hey, Jed, you know, they filled me. I'm like, yeah, I'm underwater, but oof. Or the guy that just sold there. Don't forget the sell limits stacking up here. You know, those are professional traders, institutional traders up here. Okay. Which institution is it? The 5-minute institution or the 5-year institution? The fucking monthly traders or the... which basket of institutional fucknuts is this? So we got a sell stop here. Hey, Jimmy Bob, I just called him. I said, you know, we got filled, but we have a stop here. We didn't get stopped out. We're still long. He's so happy. He says he's going to take his wife out to eat finally. Okay, so now we the spread is 2, so we overpaid that. Even if we had buy stop right up there, we even overpaid. That's why you don't want to put everything on this one. It's just killing me. These guys are like empowered trading guy teaching people how to trade, saying, well, I put my order in, they didn't fill it. You didn't fill anything? No, because I had this precise entry point. And once the pattern was broken, you know, I just didn't. Once the pattern was broken, what the fuck are you? What the fuck happened to your goddamn brain, dude? What are you waiting for, a perfect day to go golfing? Well, I don't know. It's just kind of windy today. I don't know if I'm going to go golfing. What? You're a golfer? Yeah, so people are like, well, can't I just have an algorithm? This guy asked me. This guy asked me, what algorithm are you running on that? I said, my fucking anger and my fucking sadness. My guts. Okay, so we're along this thing. We're waiting to get paid now. As they start to trim out these wicks, we'll see it pull back, and we can either cash out and reload. But how many pips are we talking about? That's always going to be the ultimate question. How many pips and how big are these positions that you're in? See, unfortunately, I can't go to the 1 hour chart here, so, and I can't even really. I'll just have to speed it up because I don't have the patience now. I'm running out of patience. We got one more notch we can go up. Okay, so let's go to 31, which is pretty fast. Okay, well, I want to see the sellers come in on this wick and then a pull back. So you don't have to be on the 1 minute chart or any of that bullshit. It's kind of ridiculous. The 1 minute chart, sure, if you're going to sit there and fucking pull the trigger every 3 minutes or 5 seconds, I got it. 30-second chart. Yeah, you're trading fucking on and off in giant positions, but I'm just not really into that. I just don't have I don't have the time. I want to put on a big swing trade, dude. I don't want to sit here and fucking micromanage a 1 minute chart, and the positions are so big that it's like, yeah, it's 40 bucks. I'm gonna need some methamphetamine to. I'm really gonna have to amp up my caffeine and one more notch for that. I think I'd rather get a blister on my little finger playing guitar, trying to reach for the 8th fret. See, now they just pulled off that already. Look at, they pulled back from that. So big rip back there on that. Let's zoom in. Get the fucking real world view here of just now when you're in big positions. I really like to fix the scale because now I can say, this is. I want to be able to see the spread there. I want to say, man, look at this. Like, we can't even see the past, and it's all about pips now. So 4 hours. Look at this fucking candle. This is 40 pips, like 42 pips in 4 hours. Bam. Now, I would be a buyer into that. And what it looks like is this. I'm going to buy this whole thing. And I know that I'm going to do it. And every 4 hours, I'm going to lay more 4 hour stacks in front. So I'm going to buy for 8 hours. Buy. Now, this one, I makes money. And how does that work? Because when the market came into my limit grid, it ricocheted through these tickets, and I know that this, just looking at it here, I know it would have cashed out had I filled it, even though I'm underwater here. So I bought this 30-40 pips down. Then here I'm buying more and buying even more. So these are bigger tickets, and when this thing rips back, it rips back the same amount that it smashed down, right? Actually a little bit beyond. So it's really hard psychologically to buy into this, but look at how fast that came down. So the robot would have bought here, the market bot would have bought here and here. It wouldn't have bought here because this is a doji. It never buys or sells dojis, the market bot. With the wide stop market bot. In other words, the volatility bot. The low volatility bot is putting on trades here with tight stops. So baby bodies, time to tighten up your trade plan. All your stops need to be tight here. Now you might even be selling into this. Sell a little bit here for new entries to go short, or just your hedge bots are making a little bit of money there on that little breakout. Even though you're long and maybe underwater because you got a 100 pip stop on this ticket, you're not out of this ticket yet. This is your $10 risk. This would be your $8 risk, and on and on. And now you're holding this. So you got in here. Even Jimmy Bob's getting he got his fill here. He survived. He didn't get stopped out. Now they're going to start plucking it off this. There'll be plenty of trades counter burst selling there. That's the next sell window. So even if I'm not in this market right now, I'd say I'm never chasing these fuckers. I'm never buying right now. Even Jimmy Bob got a better fill than me. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to sell here. I'm going to sell here for the next. I'm just going to put in sell limits. It's that simple. It's just simple. I don't have to think about that. So this guy's making money right now. The guy that sold the top of that wick, he's making money right now. Why wouldn't you do that trade? Well, this is Jimmy Bob's buy stop. He's got more confirmation. He's buying, he's making higher highs for fucking sake. But somebody right now is short that going, oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. He's trying to make 10 pips, and he knows there's, I'll be buying here now on limits. So every time, if I'm not in the market, it doesn't take much for me to get in. I just have him come down and put a 10 pip grid in here. Okay? You buy a 1K, you buy a 2K, you buy a 3K. How fucking hard is this? It's pretty hard because what you've been told is, well, what's the trend? Fuck the trend. It just doesn't fucking, when it comes to making money, it don't fucking matter. Like I said, I'd be buying here. Yeah, I could say this is the trend. Look at, buy pullbacks, buy the small bodies. Of course. But if you're not in the market right now, what do you do? I put sell limits every 10 pips, put a sell limit in. I'm telling you, if you've never grid traded, if your whole life's been built on, if I just had a good prediction of where the price is going, you don't need to predict it. You don't need to pick a side. Those are all good trades. Every 10 pips it goes up. If every day you put in 10 tickets covering a 100 pip range, risking $10 a day to make whatever, even $1. Would you risk 10 to make $2 80% of the time? Sure. And if you knew when to put them in or how many to put in, but you can have little pockets here. You can have a drop where, okay, here's a bunch of tickets to buy. Here's a clusterfuck. And the clusterfuck's going to be right up on that wick. Right up on these shelves, on these rooftops. It's pretty easy. Just like here. The guy that started buying here, the people that can handle a 200 pip stop, they're like, fuck, dude, I just bought every fucking thing there. And now now it's paying off, and I martingaled in. Don't forget I martingaled in. I just don't understand why these people don't want to martingale. Oh, that's just a bad thing. I'm almost to the point. I'm starting to see the picture fill in now. That all this pissing and moaning about, the things just aren't right, and it's not good enough, and you can't. There's not enough. And when is the alien bathrooms coming? When is the bathrooms? Well, I'm just being discriminated against, and I need reparations, and I'm just such a victim, dude. You fucking are just you've been infantile. You're an infant. You're just complete. You're a ward of the state by your own choosing. Thank God people don't live forever, and I can't wait to die, based on kill me now, as they say. And so the same thing has crept into everything, every aspect. I mean, I can't. It's not. This contamination is fucking deep as fuck. Right? It's all over the place. Every fucking aspect is contaminated. Even the trading thing, it's just so stupid. And this whole thing about, well, don't take any risk now. This is risky. Really? I thought, now, isn't the risk is to speak? Speak your mind. Yes, you're triggering people. You being so outspoken, people talk about that. No, follow the institutions. And I love this. What a great buy signal when I hear all these dumb fucks on TV. Well, the banks are saying they're going to buy gold. I got this guy sent me a newsletter from the white fucking horse trading shit. White Oak Trading. I'm like, that's kind of racist little trading system you got there, everybody. White Oak Trading. So, oh yeah, with the CTFs and the commitment of traders and the banks are buying gold. Okay, and the banks really they know their shit, don't they? Well, yeah, they're geniuses. Wait a minute. So they're getting bailed out. I said this so many fucking times about 2008. So they're bailing you out, but the banks are buying gold, and they're the geniuses. Okay, thanks for the sell signal in gold. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're selling the Bitcoin at 15, 16,000. Oh, thanks for the $10,000 buy recommendation. Thank you very much. And look at this thing. Look at this crush. Jimmy Bob's getting a little concerned now. Whoopsie daisy. I guess the sellers did come in on this fucking price. Oh well. And then they went and top tick Tommy this dumb shit. He put a buy stop here. I'm going to get in this trend here. Oh, are you, Johnny? Call Hank and see if Jimmy Bob wants to get in some more of these fucking trades you came up. Well, you taking that course at White Oak Trading. Are you fucking nuts, dude? People just don't get it. It's about fucking supply and demand lives in the fucking vacuum, you dumb shit. You can't see it. You can't see all the cells you could have put in here and made all this money, and now look how much money you're making, and I'm going to be buying here like a fucking dumb shit. I'm getting filled on this trade plan. I'm like, you know what? I like this trading thing. Because I don't get, what the fuck? I mean, the guy that sold here, Jimmy Bob's going, they're coming after my stop. Well, buy more, dude. I'm buying more right here. Look, I'm getting filled. Boom. See how that works? It's not that hard, man. It's not that hard. But I thought it is going up until it's not. And they come back, stop, honey. Oh, you put your stop. Jimmy Bob put a stop right there. Good work, man. Son, we're so proud of you. 4 hours. He's been taking those online trading courses. God, I cringe every time I hear that shit. Take our class and learn how to trade more better. I know, but Jimmy Bob, well, he didn't put wide enough stop in. Well, he couldn't risk too much. You know, that was the only trade he did all week, and it was a $300,000 position. It was the 3 standard lots. You know, he studied really hard so he could put out very precise entries. Oh, did he? I just wouldn't know because I don't give a fuck. All prices matter. I buy low all day long. I'm long right now. They just filled me every 10 pips I'm buying. Okay. People ask me a million fucking times, what's your trade? Every 10 pips. You can't do that. We weren't taught to do that. We were taught to fucking. We're taught to follow the rules and listen to the scientists. You know, they got these trading models they built with computers. It's AI. Dude, AI is bullshit, okay? AI is complete. I'm afraid of AI. Oh my God, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Are you one of these climate fucks? You notice it's the same fucking mentality. It's called fear. Both sides have their head buried in their ass. Now they're talking about, well, they're bailing out the banks. It's worse than 2008. Are you kidding me, dude? It's your reaction that's worse. Well, the reaction's better now. It's called numbness. I prefer it. Thank you very much. Oof, I'm long. I'm going to buy more here. Now I'm going to martingale in. I'm buying. So I'm long a 1K. I'll buy a 3K. I'll buy a 4K. I'll buy a 5K. I'll buy a 6K. I'll buy a 7K. Expiration, 4 to 8 hours. 8 hours down here. Okay, 8 hours. Come on, fill me. I got 2 hour expirations. I got 1 hour expirations. Here's an expiration of 4. Drag and drop. Take them over here, drop them. I'm sorry, easy double clicks, but drag and drop. Let me go to the actual drag and droppers. These are DCs, double clicks. But seriously, people, who believes this bullshit? Well, there's only 2 weeks of diesel left. As crude oil tanks through the floor. Who didn't see that shit coming? And now they're saying, oh, what's it going to be? This, it's going to be that. It's going to be, oh my God, the world's coming apart again. Is it? Your fucking brain is mush. So there's just so much to worry about. Dude, I'm just worried about fucking, is my knee going to be okay? My knee's killing me. First thing to go, man. It's your knees. That's how I guess I'm kicking the fucking dog too much. I got to get a lighter dog. It's not that It's not that a crime. It's not that I feel. Listen, the dog had it coming. But my knee. Come on, reparations, dude. I guess I shouldn't have fed the dog table scraps. Made him fat. Now my knee hurts. I figured this out, did this on my own. I didn't even call for fucking, can I talk to a specialist? Do you have somebody there? They said ADHD is fake. Dude, it's all fake. Come on, man. Let's crank that test up so high. We'll take a RCP test and we'll crank it up so fucking high. So high res fucking test. Dude, it's a fucking thought crime is what you're having right now. Okay, meanwhile, we're waiting for the completion of the 4-hour chart. And the robot is going to pull a trigger. I have a specific robot called fucking me. I'm the robot. So I'm the slave and the guy that has to pull the trigger on these trades. But if I saw that, like I said, if I go to sleep and I have limits down here, I'm going to get filled on this. I don't know what time of day this is, by the way. But if I'm awake and I see this, like if this was my, I wanted to sell this. A 4-hour, so the 4-hour robot would sell that because it's an open close robot. If the market closes up, that's the only criteria. Market closes up hard. It doesn't take into consideration a wick. So I would myself. Now I could set the robot to be like if it's a shaved candle, buy more. Here I would definitely want to buy anything. Every 4 hours it closes below here, I'd probably be buying. But once again, the limits are going to be my first choice. My second choice is when they twist my arm and make me buy the market. They make me do these trades. The institutions are pretty cruel. I'll get up in the morning and I'm thinking, well, this should be a pretty safe day. I don't think, a lot of people trigger me on the highway sometimes. They're trying to cut me off just because I guess my driving habit. I just drive better than other people, and they don't like that. Like I'm in my lane and everything. We don't like this guy. He's behaving too much. When it comes to trading, though, man, this is where when I discovered the limit entry. Now that was nothing I never thought of in the beginning. I was a complete goober. I was trading commodities, and I thought, well. After $10,000 of classes and how to trade and paying exchange fees of fucking data fees to the data, only people allowed to have data on the markets, It's just unbelievable. Now it's just open source. Everything's open source and people are still whining they want to fucking help me. I got the cable company hacking me in China. They call me every fucking 10 minutes now and tell me, would you like to sign up for this discount fucking cable fee? You're going to reduce my prices. I said, if I'm making $1 million a year, do I qualify? She goes, I can't answer that question. You have to go to the government. I said, well, then what do you call me for? What the fuck is this show? Get the fuck out of here. And then one time I told him, I said, you ever fucking call me again, I'm going to fucking charge you. I don't know how much it costs to talk to me, but I'm going to come up with some number. And oh my god, fucking A. So I'm disappointed here that this looks like this 4-hour chart is not going to close under the floor, which is another criteria for me to buy a guaranteed buy. I got all reasons to buy, dude. I don't need no Fibonacci to tell me when to buy. That's another thing. Fibonacci is under trading the market. You're waiting for 618. You need fucking help, dude. You're not a trader. You're just some kind of fucking utopian dumb shit. You're worse than the guy that thinks, oh, if we just had another planet we could fuck up. Dude, you fucked this up with fucking, the only thing that's making this thing hold together is that we do have people that are willing to break the law. That's just the only way, because the law is now an ass because there's too many laws. Let's face it. There's the rule of the jungle's doing better. So we got filled here down in the limit grids have filled. But I don't feel like we bought enough down there because so what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh it with more limits again. So this is the other tactic, is to say, all right, you know what? I'm not going to chase it. I got filled down here, and how tight were my stops? How many tickets did I put in? How big is this position? Fuck it. Let's buy again in this, refresh this area. I don't think I'm in big enough, and I think we could come down in there again. Let's speed it up, and because I can't take it. I'm going to take it up to the ultimate speed of 32, and now we have to really call these trades out fast because now, for some reason, MetaTrader's going to rip it. So we're making money there. Let's refresh this with limits again always. So we always got limits down here. Okay, we made about 20 pips on that, on the very bottom ticket. 30 pips. All right, let's refresh this with buy limits. Okay, we're getting filled there. And maybe we're adding to the position, right? Because we're holding out for the big sell window, which is going to be to fight my mouse. I buy these Logitech. I'm on my 8th Logitech mouse. Fucking Logitech. It's at $30. Build something the fuck out of. You build the same fucking materials on this fucking mouse every time. So we're finally cashing out. Now, Jimmy Bob, don't forget, he got in back here. Remember his dumb shit trade? And he's like, I back tested the strategy and it's not working. You fucking think? Have you ever seen? It's called price action, fuckhead. Seen Top Tick Tommy got filled. Ooh, sweet Phil. That was me. Now, I would definitely, if you're the guy that does trade a standard lot on one ticket, that's your fucking entry. Got it? Okay. Lesson over. You made $200 in fucking less than 4 hours. Thank you very much. You figure that out? Even fucking ICT knows this trade. Okay? Supply and demand. Okay, sell limit, selling again. There's the scalpers trade. Ooh, nice 10 pip, 15 pip scalp. Oh, nice work. Oh, beautiful Top Tick Tommy. He just put nice clean, another $200. Another $200. All these sell limits. Okay, another sell limit. Okay, now let's put buy limits in here. But I'm not going to put standard lots on each handle. This makes no sense. I get an 80K going right here. Easily, dude. I'm buying every 3 pips. Okay, I'm telling this I'm saying for the low risk person, only buying the 10s. But I'm buying like fucking. I got like 80K sitting in this 10 pip window myself. You do what you want. You do you. People say, well, how do you make money doing that? You do a lot of fucking trades. That's what you do. Okay. You just trade a lot. That's all. Look at all the fucking money I'm making. As this thing goes sideways and everybody's like, well, what happened to the trend? Jimmy Bob said it was going up. Yeah, well, it's going up. And then it stopped going up. But fucking, god damn it. Look at the fill here, man. Woo. Look at that. So we're missing all these great trades. Wait. I'll get back to the point of the matter here. I got to delete these. Okay, you see my rectangle. This is my buy limit grid. Now we're getting filled here on just random shit, dude. It just doesn't matter. You can see when the market goes into dojis. This is when you put the tight stops on. Now you could have sold there, right? But I'm buying. I don't care. I really don't trade the dojis, honestly. Look at the fill here. Oh my God. Here comes the market bot's about ready to get triggered there. But look, we got, bottom tick Bobby. Big fat winner. Oh, that's a nice 200 pips. I mean, a nice $200 on a standard lot. Oh, buying again. Adding to the position. Adding. Oh, beautiful. Oh, man, this is... Now, the 4-hour scripts, the 8-hour scripts are filling. If I dropped them back here during this doji. Now, the guy that got his hedge bot going here, look at these gravestones, and then, bam. So... I would definitely say the hedge bot is the biggest winner because dual hedge bots here, delta, triangles, flags, you call it, small body, and then bam. Now, more hedge bots, but I'm in heavy on this shaved candle. The shaved candle bot, we're down 80 pips in 4 hours. We are so hog long on that. And now we're getting filled on limits all the way down. This is a big buying day for me. Buying week. Load. And at the top of this box, we cash out of half the position. And that's just how it is. Now the breakout bots are cashing out here. And another possible smash down. and that's just more buying for me. So buy, and now the counts really we're going heavy there. Another clean buy if we can just get this nice in 4 hours smash down 4 hour candle. So that's swing trading to me. This is like going to be a nice possible 100 pip winner here, accumulating heavy down here and putting in more limits again. Just adding and adding. This is one of those days. One of those weeks. I mean, this is another day coming in. Now going after that low, yeah, new lows. Now, if you look back to the left, we're probably taking out, we could be taking out a 3-year low. I don't know. That would certainly make it very fast and deep and hard because those things are vaporized. These old prices that we have them into are vaporized quickly. Now, another trigger for the 30 pip market down, 30 pip 4 hour down bot. I guess you got triggered there. Now, I wouldn't have a robot for anything smaller than a 40 pip drop. So I don't have anything really that this is down, but I would have more robots for the under 10 pip body. So under 10 pip body. Think about that. This is under 10 pip body over here. That's worth trading at the market with a tight stop, hedge, or even a Billy Bob breakout system. Affirmation bullshit. But then where's your target, right? Here, this more selling here. Sell limits here triggered. So if you really want to run tight stuff, looks like we just went off the chart there. A fixed scale. That's the only with the fixed scale. We just went off the chart there. So, okay, the next week. Now this is Sunday. Here comes Monday. Buying, still buying. Still long, getting stopped out of some of this, I suppose. Now my 100 pip stops are definitely stopped out of this top ticket. We know that. Now the one that bought here, if I'm still holding this and I didn't cash out of anything on that, which I probably wouldn't, I got stopped out of that one. But in martingale rules, you'd have to be buying more and more. So you bought heavily. Now you're really buying quite a bit down here. So this could be taking out the lows from years ago. Now you're down. Oh my God, you have to buy so much here. And the 4 hour bot's gonna buy. That's why if you're going to run the hedge system with this so-called trend system, which is putting in really tight stops for really good ratios, which only 20% of the time do these trades even show up. So you don't see a lot of like here's a place that you wouldn't have got stopped out of. You would have got filled on the sell side. You run your trailing stop and you're good to go all the way down. Here's another sell where you put a sell stop here and a buy stop here, and that hedge breakout's clean. It's a clean, hard move down. But you don't see that a lot. Most of it's going to be, whipsaw, choppy, woppy, but definitely buying here heavy and buying here heavy. Now this one, you're stopped out. This is if you had a 100 pip stop, you would have get stopped out here, and that's why you would have had to you would have to, if you're running limits in front for only 8 hours, then you're not filling this whole time here. When the market's sideways, it doesn't fill. It only fills on these crashes. So here you would have got filled on most of your tickets, the 8 hours and the 4 hours, but here your limits aren't getting filled. And your two market bots, this one lost, this one is getting in. Multiple bots if you're ever going to think you can run a so-called AI. AI, just artificial intelligence, cracking me up. That's what people have adopted. See, the joke is that people are artificial intelligence now because they can't think for their fucking selves. They've been infantilized. They just need a baby bottle. Okay, we need a nice hard sell-off. We're not getting it. There we go. Getting filled on more buy limits down here. Now here's where the difficult to buy more. But this is where you really have to load up, and this is where most people won't because they can't take it anymore. After they lost that too, they got stopped out. But this is when you'd have to buy so heavy here, and then here the even the breakout bot, if it could survive that. But then look at the cash out. See, this is coming back to Sunday. Boom. So this is a very and are you going to sell this one? Well, I guess, if it closes up there, the robot should be selling that. But look at this house cleaning. And that's who couldn't see that coming, right? The pressure. Zoom out. Look at this. Right? Look at this fucking giant cavern of this giant abyss. For whatever reason, if you want to draw trend lines on there to give yourself the feeling of the compression of that, and just the amount of just wow, that's really oof. Yeah, I suppose that's a trend going down, and these are the there's no optimal place to get in here, other than if you run the clever places to run a trailing sell limit just above the highs in that 4 hour and just capture that little bit of rally, and then that's the cleanest, most high ratio entry in the world. But here you got killed, right? As soon as you put your sell limit in here, but you had tight stop, who cares, right? They blow you up. Here's the pullback, and this would have worked actually, selling right there. See, big up 4 hour robot sells. He takes something off the table. Maybe he sells a 10K and he has scaled exits. He could do that. I could make that happen. I could do that myself. Have a script where you sell a 10K here on 10 individual tickets, and there's a 10 pip winner, a 20 pip winner, and look at all the winners, right? This would have been a no-brainer for me on the limit side to just say, well, after that fucking rally, it looks like we could pull back because that was outlandish, so I'll put buy limits. As soon as it closes here, I just put buy limits here. And I'm getting filled in a martingale, 1, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K, 7K. So I bought this whole thing down, and I'm going to cash out of 30 pips off the bottom. Then I'm going to re-rack it with more limits, so I'm always going to have to refresh it, though. I don't think I'm ever in one position hard. Everything's going to be like a scalping around my swing. And this big burst if you didn't cash out there, if you're still short from here, look at how much you're making, Look at that. Wow, and look how outstanding. Once you just tag and bag that, just look how that's just amazing. It is beautiful. This is why people can never build a robot for this shit, because you can't build one robot for this. There's no fucking way, dude. I'm so sorry. Look how spectacular, how much money I'm making. Look how much money I just made on my system. You can see it, right? Closes here. I say put buy limits every 10 pips. Even this one's a fucking winner. See how that works? It's not that hard. And this robot, this guy wrote, hasn't put a trade on yet. So I got all sorts of trades, man. I don't have to fucking rely on this one stupid ass system. Look at this little trend trade. You put a buy stop here, a sell stop here, and you just look at that fucking doji entry in the 4 hour. I'm just not interested in that trade. I want this fucking trade. I want this buy down here. It rips up, sell up, the top tick Tommy, this thing, all the way back to the starting gate. You can't fucking believe it. See, watch the market play back. This is 5 years of the 4 hour chart. I think it'll convince any fucking buddy that the market can just go like this, and it doesn't have anything to do with fucking anything. I mean, it's certainly not technical, and there's no analysis you can do other than to just fucking trade it. Find out a way to make money from that. Okay, here's the big sellers, right? Big sellers above that lonely wick, they just made themselves fucking 20 pips, right? They sold all the way up into that. Look at, they're fucking up 30 pips on that top ticket. Now they're up on the whole rack. And where do you want to buy? I could tell you every 4 hours what my trade is. I don't need to rely on some bullshit moving average. I'm going to buy here. I'm going to buy there. I'm going to buy there. I would have been short off of this fucking thing, off of this fucking thing. You cannot see these fucking wicks? How fucking stupid do people have to be? Oh, it's this moving average crossover system. I'm like, why? Well, this is what the no-nonsense... I was in the no-nonsense Discord. This is like a fucking Nazi... it's like a poor Jew trying to get through a fucking Nazi fence. Oh, come over here, sir. Like, we don't like this kind of talk around here. Talking about risking money. One guy said, how dare you say you're going to put a trade on without having the right criteria? You couldn't fucking believe this shit in here, dude. These cunts over at fucking no-nonsense Forex, it's like no-brain Forex. I have no fucking brain. We can't figure out look at how I'm making money here. Can you believe my system works? Yeah, because I don't give a fuck. I just put the fucking limits in and let the market come to me, dude. I'm sure they're going to take it down again. You know, there you go, back and forth, up and down. Okay, so you have a 10-pip target. You got a 20-pip target. It's so secretive what I'm giving away here. Targets? At different price levels? Wait a minute. Isn't there an optimal trade entry point? No, dumb fuck. And this ass clown these people sign up for this goddamn ICT. Like, oh, dude, you could not fucking even approach. You are so fucking... You got your head so far up your ass. Oh, if it does a gap, price gap thing on the 1 minute, you see what's going on here? The institutions, dude, there's no institutions. It's in your fucking head, dude. You sell that shit. Well, there's a secret to trading. There's no secret. I love that. It was on the back of the fucking book. There's a secret to trade. There's no secret. That's the secret. There's no fucking secret, dude. I trade the and these people always come up with the, hey, you ever try the so and so stochastics? Yes. When I was, yeah, I suppose you could say, well, yeah, technically speaking, this would have been. But what about just getting in because it went down? How dare you have such crude ideas? Where's your sophistication? Where's your technical analysis? What are you, just some guy that decided, well, if I just do this, I feel better? What do you think, you're your own scientist? You're not allowed to think for yourself. Fucking A. The institutions are doing this shit. They're manipulating these markets to blow up your account. Now come along here. I'll show you how to I'll show you what the banks are using. They're using a 20 EMA. Are you using it? The banks are buying gold. Are you buying gold? No, I'm selling. If the banks are... Anything the banks are doing, do the opposite. Because it seems like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Now, it doesn't mean everybody's wrong all the time. But look at the trade I just put on. I put a buy line. I martingaled into this whole fucking sell-off and ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. And if I do trade with a 200 pip stop, I bought all this shit here. I'm still holding and I'm just going, oh man, isn't this great? And here, I want what the news headlines were down here. Oh, they're gonna have fucking a forest fire and the whole atmosphere is gonna blow up and we're living in the dark ages. If you don't go out and get that fucking, God, what did that guy say? Get ready for a long dark winter. Wow. What an inspiring, optimistic leader. Dude, look at the pullback on that puppy as it cleaned out. Oh, and look at all the fucking sell limits. Oh, we would just put sell limits galore above this, man. And look at all that. That's the wedge. Holy shit. What a payout. And you know me, after this closing candle, I got buy limits down here. If I didn't go long, I'm going long now. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the... Oof, come on, bring it. This is so easy. What I think is difficult is look at the size of that fucking move. People are not ready for that shit. They say price action over and over again, but they never say how much price action. How big is the price action? Is it small or big? Because if it's big like that, holy shit, look, that's Friday. That is the end of look how this weekend, oh my God, what a crush. Oh, I'm buying even more down here. Now, we all saw that, didn't we? We all know this exists. We know that there's not a lonely wick here and a lonely wick there, and there's a supply down here. How about buying down here? Would you buy down here? Oh, fucking a million. all day long. For some 4 hours, 8 hours, a 4 hour chart. Got buy limits here, they're getting filled. Buy, 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 buy. Oh, didn't even have to buy at the market. Just complete. The only time I'd buy at the market, like I said, is hard down, I buy, hard down, I buy. Did not buy this one. I probably would have bought this at the market because anything trapped below this floor right now, I'm like, oh, dude, let's load up the fucking wagon. We'll cash out on something up here, right? This is some Fibonacci shit up here. Okay, so I'm cashing out here. I can guarantee you. Plus, yeah. So I took my 30. I have to take my 10, 20, 30, 40 pips every day. I got to do that trade because I want to swing trade this thing, but I know I got to pay the rent for all the giant swing losses and scalp losses. So everything I loaded up below here, I had to scalp to here, half of that. And okay, the rest of it's riding. Now I put the buy limits in. If I feel like, you know what, it's too late to. So the cruel thing about the market is it's too late to. You're like, I fucked up. Okay, so let's sell now. I'm not chasing the up, but if I was trading that, now if you had the wider targets in there too. So if you dumped half the position here, I would dump the other half here and call it quits. Now I got sell limits running. Right? I'm like, this is insane, dude. You got to be kidding me. I thought this was good news. Oh, is it good news? Is it bad news? I don't know. I'm getting whipsawed. The price action's too much. I should have taken that course on money management. The robot sold at the market. I sold here on limits. I made 20, 30 pips here. Now I put more sell limits in. Now I feel like, you know, it's calming down. Let's put a denser cluster in. And this is all being judged on the fly. If I really committed to selling this, you know, let's put some more sell limits up here. Now I put the buy limits in down here, or my targets, either way. Okay, now I'm buying a little bit. Let's buy more. After a big move, we expect it to calm down. So some of that does happen. It doesn't have to happen because look at this big down. You expect it to calm down. No, it just keeps crushing and crushing and crushing until it clears out this zone. So I look at this as the attraction. Is the vacuum is attracting the price, so the more it goes up, it leaves behind this void, and we're just filling the voids. That's my view, is that the price really isn't necessarily the thing. It's what's around the price, which is the non-price. The unprice is the attraction to the price. You know, this is like a. And here's a triangle, right? Here's your classic. But what do you do with that? Is this a buying opportunity? Do I buy and pull back? Sure, why not? I would say the other thing is if you're going to buy 20 pips, put a 20 pip stop. You buy 100 pips, put a 100 pip stop. I'm saying if it drops 20 pips in 4 hours, pull the trigger on the 20 pip stop. If it drops 30 pips in 4 hours, put the 30 pip stop on just to keep it easy. And maybe you have a 30 pip target. I just have a basket of these. It's all about execution, so I just got a bunch of guns and I got a bunch of bullets, you know. I got like a gun. I got a big long gun. I got a short gun. I got a putter. I got a fucking driver. You notice in golf they have the same situation. They say, you know, drive for show, putt for dough. So the putting is all this 80%. 80% is putting, 20% is driving, right? You can get on the green in one and you got a fucking 20 putt this thing, right? You're fucking retarded. So that's the skill. That's why there's only a few people that can do it. And of course, I would have got filled on sell limits here if I was inclined to stack all my sell limits on this thing for the scalp. But I probably bought this. Like I said, I'm more inclined to buy always because I wrote more buys than I wrote sells. So I got more trade plans for this kind of stuff where, oh, it looks like it's going to pull back. Okay, now I'm cashing out. Now I would go short above this big, obvious fucking top. And try to make and I like once again sell clusters above martingale. Then now I'm making money, right? I'm making 10 pips off of this, but I'm making more off of that because I'm actually gonna double down and double up on all this shit. Double up, double down, double sideways. Now I got the buy limits running, so it's a constant back and forth. I want to every 4 hours I want to be making some money, or losing some money, or going underwater, or building a giant position, whatever have you. Here it would have been the shorts are finally paying off. They might even pay off more here in a little minute. So if this can come ripping back to here, all the cells up here are making money. But in the meantime, I'm okay to be flat, waiting to get filled on limits here to buy. And limits here to sell because we just created a lonely wick now. And it's Williams fractal up there. If you want to do that, you can see obviously that's going to turn out to be a big turning point. Okay, so still making that more money. Like I said, you if you would have waited, look at this. Like another one of those instances, sell here and finally make this much from selling on a limit here. Eventually, right? Even here, I guess, right? Here you did it again, but if you sold above this one, you finally paid off here. Real good payout. And buying here, I would have got filled. That'd be long right now. So you can see all my trades are going to be trailing buy limits, trailing sell limits. I'm going to trade opposite the Jimmy Bobs. Just because it's obvious to me that 80% of the time there's 80% of breakouts or fake outs. So if the market trades sideways 80% of the time, we know that 80% of the breakouts are fake outs. Roughly. So why not just trade the opposite of that? So retail means that you're a beginner, and retail means that you're going to trade on a buy stop entry. That's all. I'm assuming that's what that means by this idea of stop hunt and all this bullshit. Oh, they're stop hunting. Okay, what? I guess, when a market explodes like this, it doesn't matter. Like if you put a buy stop here, like Jimmy Bob's a fucking genius down here, let's face it, right? He says, market's under the floor here. I don't want to decide. I put a buy stop here, sell stop here, and lo and behold, look at fucking I got filled. I made boom, right? My ratios are good. Shut the fuck up. Get the hell out of here. But of course, he does the same thing over here, and he's like buy stop, sell stop. Ooh, got whipsawed. Bing, bing. Oh gosh, buy stop. Oh, got whipsawed. Yeah. Oh, ouch. Whereas you're running the sell limits up here with the tight stops, you just made money. You got the buy limits down here. You cash out. You know where you're supposed to get out because there's buyers here, there's sellers here, there's buyers here, there's sellers here. I'm going to buy that. I just made 20 pips. Now I'm going to buy more. Then I put a big ass buy limits down here and walk away all day long. I had 12-hour tickets. But I usually run 8-hour tickets because if I see a big hard down like that, I just bought that at the market. And look at this premium 10 pip window of buying. I mean, it's just so brutal for Jimmy Bob. I can understand. He's like, yeah, I'm waiting for confirmation. Oh, I don't have to wait for a candle. Fuck. The thing is, I came up with a trade plan for every fucking 4 hours. If it's down fucking 80 pips in 4 hours, I buy at the market. It's just a no-brainer. Actually, if I'm really going to go long, every 4 hours it's down, buy it. I mean, if you really think, oh, I can see the bigger picture of that there's going to be hell to pay. If we go sideways too long, there's going to be hell to pay, and I can see the bigger move coming. Even if not, I want to be in on something because what if it does move that way, and now here I'm in it. So to maintain a position, somebody said a few videos ago, they said, I tried to hold that position, and I go, I know what you mean, because you're like, this is going to be the most fucking amazing retracement, but unless you bank something during the mind-blowing, this is like over 100 pip moves here, so if you're really building a position all week long here, looking for this thing to finally go way up, you've got to cash out during this process, even though in your greedy mind's eye, you're like, dude, if I could just build this whole position and hold it until we take out this, holy shit, and then it goes up 100 pips, holy shit, that's going to be like $100,000. Let's do that trade. I got you. I'm all over it. But don't forget, there's people ready to sell like a whore above that lonely wick right now. And you'll see them come in here on the playback if we hit that price. Right now, I'm sure the sellers are coming in like crazy on the top of this top tick Tommy, which that's already happened, and they've already banked a nice, clean, how many pips? Like, why aren't you trading like that? Well, I just wasn't. My moving average crossover hasn't crossed over yet. Yeah, I got you. I see what you're saying. You don't have that trade. So your sell here, look at that. That just made so much money. It's still making money. It's just so stupid. Sell above this, sell a bunch above that. Because this buy worked out beautifully. The big down, like this, both of these trade plans got triggered. Sell above here. Still waiting to make your bigger profit. Look at this. A nice 50 pips off of that. Probably more to come. I just went long here. I bought at the market on that one. I have limits down here. I'm hoping get filled, but I don't know. So I'm trying to get the sizing is determined by how much volatility. I have my tickets all over the fucking place, dude. I bought every fucking house on the goddamn Monopoly board. I own all the. I own the wherever you land. I got something. Oh, I got you there too. I got a little bit in everything. Diversification, okay. I got a little bit in everything. All different prices. One instrument though. I'm just trading the euro because it just doesn't matter what you trade. I mean, the markets are going to go up and down. Just the euro has a tighter spread and there's more volume, and it's a little bit smoother data. All the robots like it. It just doesn't matter what market for me. I mean, you can look at the other ones, but it's just like if you're going to get married, you're still with somebody. You still want to kill them. You know, this is why people are killing their spouse. They're like, you know what? I don't care how hot you are. You're a fucking asshole. Boom, you're gone. Because I'm tired of kicking the dog. I can't do that no more. My foot's hurting me. Okay, so we made some money on this one. All the fills that I know I got filled on here. I can see my trade plan got executed here perfectly. Don't need any algorithmic shit here. I guess it is an algorithm. It's pretty crude, but it does exist. I bought everything below that candle. That little hanging man gravestone up there. That was the other thing. I was like, do I have to memorize? I was so diligent. Do I have to memorize what a gravestone is? Can I just go to the cemetery and trade candlesticks? Can I get that dragonfly? Oh, dragonfly as a basta paranava. But look at this hanging man up here. So buy limits here. Filled. Buy. Cash out. Beautiful. Buying again? Oh, geez, can't believe it. Big buys here. Oh, please fill. Please fill me. Not quite. The 4-hour bot. Oh, getting filled now. Oh, there you go. Oh, does it get any better? Oh, man, that is just exquisite. All the money I've made so far. So I usually get in pretty hairy on these because I'm like, dude, if they come down here, I've got the money now. So I look at this. They nicked the wick down here. Now, I'm not the guy that's going to put a $5 million position down here, but I would say if you're waiting for that ultimate trade that happens once a week, once a year, once a lifetime, put yourself a tidy $3 million position down here with a 10 pip stop. Right? Does it get any better than that? And you just made yourself X. Cash out on this. Okay, so I'm long from bought here, heavy bought here. I loaded the wagon all the way down to this genius entry. And I'm waiting to get to here. We'll take off half, or maybe we don't. Maybe we hold it and go, you know what, dude, they are going to take this out. I told you, this is a good trade. Don't be scared. It's going to be good. No, you're going to be fine. Guys, how do you deal with you just do it. It's like, you ever been married, dude? Okay, listen, get married and you will fucking, you probably have to get divorced because you can't have both these things going on at the same time, but it's like a bad relationship, trading. Maybe that's going to make it easier to deal with. Think of it like a bad relationship. Why would you want to sign up for that? That's what I'm saying. If you don't like to be in a dysfunctional relationship, don't trade. You know, if you enjoy it or it doesn't bother you, see, this is the person that can trade, is that doesn't bother them. If you're freaking out, you're fucked. Look at all this bullshit. Where's the fucking trend, dude? What happened to my trend? I had this trend here. I had a system Jimmy Bob showed me. Moving average crossover. Here we crossed over. It was okay to be a seller. Everything was fucking beautiful. For the whole week, the week and a half, this robot ran beautifully. Then all of a sudden, he calls me and said, well, I don't know, we're getting whipsawed here. The momentum's just not, we don't have a nice, clean, I'm kind of getting killed. I think I'm going to find another trading system. Whereas if you learn to, or you figure out how to trade every fucking candlestick, like, so if it's during this period here now, I know there's this big trend you can see, but how can you just trade like every 4 to 12 hour periods here? And if this happens, this big down move, and you don't have a so if the market heats up, you're going to stand back. That's why people do this VIX stuff. Well, what's the VIX? This is this no nonsense bullshit. What does the VIX say? Even this, all these people. Oh, the VIX. Fuck the VIX. You don't know what's going to happen next. Do it when the VIX is like all perked up. Oh, look, the volatility's kicked up. Yeah. Now what? So what? What do I do about that? Waiting for a 4-hour setup is better on the candle. Going, oh, let's look at a fucking little baby spinning top. Let's put a trade on. Okay, so you get chopped out. Now, I don't know if you're going to be the guy that when he gets into this doji over here, he's going to have the fucking patience or the targets even in place to say, well, I got in here with a fucking 40 pip stop and I've already made, so far, I've made 250 pips from getting in here. I mean, how? This has to be a monster position. I know that's a lot of pips, but what about this shit? Who is making money during this fucking shit? During this one, your targets are tight. This big down move, this is only 4 hours out of the whole world, dude. What's a little deceiving on this historical playback, the whole problem with the price chart is it does show everything that happened, and it's kind of causing this look of a downtrend. But how do you explain all this stuff? I mean, not explain it, but how do you make money? Like, do you give a fuck that 4 hours this went down? Okay, if you were to buy that because it's down heavy and you have a 100 pip stop, yeah, you got stopped out, right? Because it kept going down. But you have to have a trade plan for like this price action in here. I can make money from that. If it drops down here, I have to buy more, and this is going to be what is going to be difficult. If I bought here with a 100 pip stop and by here I get stopped out, can I buy this giant down candle again? Yes, and I have to buy twice as much here. It would be totally against anything. You just, like, this is marrying the same. So you married a crackhead here, and she stole all your stuff. And you go, you know what? But this crackhead is so hotter than that one, right? Because she's even cheaper. Like, she's even more of a crackhead. I'm gonna double. I'm gonna give her twice as much. Most people, well, I guess they would do that. They do that, but they don't do it in the market. And here you have to be willing to buy again here. It will be willing to buy again here, buy again here, buy again here. If you're going to build a giant position based on 2 weeks of punishment, yes, I guess this is what the so-called banks are doing, because they have to, in other words, or big long-term traders, because they're like thinking of the big picture. Look at this gap. Look at this fell out of bed on Sunday. Oh, Jesus, what a beatdown. But if you're not taking your 100 and 150 pips off the table here, you cannot afford to, most people cannot afford to still be holding this and waiting to get paid, because you're going to wait another possible, it could go lower too. And your holy grail is going to be that takes out, the giant win is going to take out this price. The market has spent sideways, and that's going to be, you're locking up margin, your whole account's dedicated to that, and you're waiting to get paid. And it's a long time, these long-term trade, and you're going to have to wait. And did you buy more down here when it took out the low of that week? You have to. You just, because you can see by look at the playback. You're up 80 pips on that trade. So no, most people can't do it. They cannot do it. They cannot go in that hard and get beat down that hard. And what's the payoff? The analogy to marriage, I guess, is look, we had 20 kids. Look at that. We stayed together, honey. Look at it. We love each other to fucking death. We just fucking each other. I mean, look at the kids we made. You and me banging like lovebirds. Look at all the kids we made. I feel like that's what the market is. The market is like a nice. It's like a girl that doesn't care. She just doesn't care. So you just can't care, that's all. So I hope that helps. That's my view of the 4-hour chart candlestick trading in a nutshell.